until the sirens go, woo, you don't do anything. Most people, when it goes, woo, they go outside. Kind of like, all right, Oklahomans, come on out. There's going to be a tornado. Come watch it. Like, it's like, dummy. Like, no. I don't do that. I have
No,
two
he
kids.
doesn't.
I'm like,
before
get in the closet. We're going to die.
And I'm like, let's go outside and see what color
No.
it is. Ooh, it's
Let's
green
watch our
outside.
death come closer. Like, no.
But the clouds are cool to watch. The rotation, it's cool.
Like I said, we're talking about anxiety. Hey, everybody.
I didn't know we were recording.
You
But-
didn't?
No, I didn't.
We are now.
Okay.
So, to start off, it's raining here again.
My school had to cancel graduation, and a lot of people are unhappy.
Very unhappy.
But it's okay. We'll
See-
get through it. But
So
anyway.
it's been raining here a lot. We've had tornadoes up north and west of us, but we are okay at the moment. It's
Yeah.
starting to come, so we
Thank
gotta watch
goodness.
it tonight. Today is, what's today?
Monday,
The
20th to 20th.
20th, yeah, sorry. So, sorry, that was horrible. We bring you guys perspectives from a father's point of view
And a mother's.
and a husband's.
And a wife's.
And as best friends. We have been married for 6 years, and there's a lot of stuff that we're learning, and we're still learning. And we want to try to make a platform for people who don't feel like they can have a voice about it, or maybe there's topics that nobody talks about, or that people talk about, but it's typically negative, maybe, I guess. But I want to talk about anxiety. I feel like that out of both of us, like, have the worst anxiety. I didn't realize I really struggle with anxiety until, I think, the ending of last year or beginning of this year, when I went to a men's event, and it's, I think, 300 guys.
You mentioned it before.
Yeah, and it's called Advance. Men getting together just to hang out and get and build a relationship, as well as grow their young living business, or grow just as a father, a husband, and as a friend. And so that's where I met Scott Schuler and his book Man Up, and a bunch of other really cool avenues and things that have been brought to me. And a lot of those men are ones that have helped me overcome my anxiety. At that event, I literally was having panic attacks, shaking, like I couldn't stop shaking my hands and all kinds of stuff. And I realized a lot of it came from my past, so I've said it a little bit, and I kind of wanted to get a little bit more in our story as we go. And one major part is my dad went to prison when I was 10, and a lot of other events obviously led up to that. I saw physical abuse happen in my home, sexual abuse happen in my home, emotional, obviously, abuse that comes along with all of that, manipulation in all kinds of ways and things of that nature. And so I realized a lot of my habits and tics and reactions were from all of those things that had occurred throughout my childhood and into my teenage years. I struggled with anger horribly up until I was about 17 or 18, and that really got healed and taken care of. And she saw a lot of this anger and the acceptance issues that I had, but I didn't realize like that I'd play drums, and I love to tap on a bunch of stuff, and that's part of it, but I also believe that drumming was a coping mechanism in a good way. I think it was a release and I can't think of the right word, but it helped, put it that way. And so with all of that, like it's something that up until recently I haven't had a whole lot of healing from. And the next big thing I feel like that I'm working on is when I get overwhelmed with a lot of the things I'm trying to do, because I'm very multitask orientated in the sense, not multitask of doing more things at once, but having a bunch of ideas go just through my head all the time. Like, I'm starting to resell, trying to. We're doing the YouTube videos. I'm learning videography, photography, because I do really like to edit. It's just learning how to make a story out of it, how to make it engaging. And she's an art teacher, and so we really are both really artistic. I'm trying to help her because she's going to Europe in June. And so there's just all these things. Then we have 3 kids, and we have a lot going on, and we have to learn to prioritize and schedule. And when I don't have a schedule now, my anxiety hits the roof, and I either fall apart in the sense of I just go play video games or I just binge on TV, Netflix. But I think you can relate, I would say, because I know that you dealt with, I don't want to say it's a different form of anxiety, but did you really fall with anxiety or more of just kind of...
I think it was more like social anxiety, not so much like...
I love being around people.
I don't. I love...
She's more introverted.
Well, I'm finding out that I do love people. I love being around people. I'm just nervous around people. So that's a problem.
Where, like, with talking about anxiety, do you feel like anxiety is, and I have an opinion on this, but it's coming more aware and people are starting to actually understand that it's something to work through? Because I feel like in our generation, stuff like that's starting to come around.
Well, as a teacher, I'm hearing a lot more about it. Like you said, people are coming aware of it. And, a lot of these kids are going through a lot of things. And what I found at my school is, like, if a kid has gone through trauma, they may have had connections with, like, therapy through the school or through counselors, and just having communication with that. I have had more students, like, come up to me and say, I struggle with anxiety. Yeah, and it helps me teach them better. And so just knowing that it is known, I think there is an awareness more about it. And I think... I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I don't want people to use it as a crutch and hold them back.
I mean, I think you have to grow from it. But...
Yeah, but people are really trapped in it.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's, like, it is something that I don't like that people deal with that. Like, it sucks because it really debilitates you. It grounds you and makes you feel like you're stuck. So, like, part of my anxiety that kicks in is when... it's anxiety, but it's also a self-image. I condemn or what's the other word? I guess condemn is the right word. I condemn myself because there's some things that I've struggled with in the past that aren't healthy that I've overcome, but some of the things still try to come up, or I feel like I have to handle everything on my own and do it by myself. And just recently, I've learned to start actually reaching out. And I think, like, there's ways that we can overcome it. But I feel like the person that's in it doesn't. It's almost like you don't know that you're allowed to reach out. That you have to do, like, people like me. I feel like I have to deal with it on my own. So, like, the other night, I was feeling just overwhelmed. Didn't understand why. And I had to learn to reach out. So, I figured out, hey, I've got to actually talk to somebody else about this. And the guy I reached out to, I'm starting to get to know really well. We're starting to really build a relationship. And he has a lot of the same tics and same aspects and understanding. And we've been through different things, but it's resulted in the same things. And so, like... I think I want to bring awareness to people to know that, like, you don't have to be stuck in it. You don't have to, like, don't wallow in it. Like, if you're using it as an excuse to not go out, I have choice words for that, but I won't say them. But also, like, if you feel like that you're stuck, like, I want you to, like, feel like that when we talk about it and when we talk about our issues, like, we're not talking about them just to complain about them. Like, I've really overcome it a lot. I've actually, when, like, just before the video, I didn't really fully want to do it. I felt exhausted. It's been a long day. For me, I'm doing a lot of things, and I realized, it doesn't matter. If I want something, I have to pursue it. and I'm not going to let my anxiety or my stress overcome me. And I want other people to know that they do have the power to move forward from it, to overcome it.
And I think you made a good point of reaching out, because
Yeah.
and like you'll start to see, like, you'll start to see who you have to reach out, and if you realize that you have nobody to reach out to, then you need to make the decision to cut people off and
To move yourself into a different,
find a different group of people, because that's gonna keep you trapped. You can't handle it yourself. It's not healthy to handle it yourself. And you need to find healthy relationships so you can reach out to those other people. Because for somebody like me who has social anxiety, like, I'm comfortable staying at home. It gets lonely, but but I'm comfortable.
I'm so lonely.
I know. But I'd be content to a point, but that's not healthy. And then I get more social anxiety because then I'm not out with people. So you just need to find the right people. And but if you're young, there are like teenagers out there that I know that are trapped in their house, and they don't have a car, they don't have anywhere
they
out.
have a way, well, and that's like where YouTube comes in. People like, people like us, or other people who create or put stuff out.
Social
media.
media.
There is other ways to reach out. Now, don't get me wrong, I love social media, but it does have to go past that, where you have conversations, not just DMing or texting. Like, I think that's great, but I also I think the other thing, I've heard a lot of people who I follow, different artists, different content creators, people that are big or small. I've heard a lot of them start to talk about how, there's nothing wrong with counseling. Like, I'm not saying, I think you have to find somebody who is in the same aspect as you, or even coaching. Like, so we started with a coach, and it was still emotional coaching even. And so it was like a counselor, but it was somebody I knew. It wasn't somebody who was in the same realm or emotional, knew where he came from fully. So there was a good detachment from that, so they could make decisions and see things outside of the box.
There wasn't any bias.
I feel like we've discouraged that if you see a counselor, you have issues.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with that. I think because a lot of people, especially because I grew up in a religious background, it's this idea you have to just keep your stuff to yourself and deal with it. Yeah. And when you do that, it eats at the inside. It's self-consuming.
Yeah.
And I feel like people need to feel encouraged to reach out to somebody, reach out to us, reach out to your local community around you. And I think it's funny because sometimes, we think there is nobody, but like you said, then that means we need to either change our scenery, because there's a friend of mine I was talking to the other day said, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we had a major change, and
so what does that mean? You're the sum of the 5 people you hang around, in case nobody's ever heard that before.
Oh, well, whoever you're around, kind of like the other term of you are what you eat, or you what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Who you hang around is going to feed into how you act, how you perceive things, how you talk about things. It's going to depict how you feel. If you have friends around you that bicker and complain or judge, you're going to do that yourself, and you're going to feel like crap. That's just my opinion. Unless you have the knowledge and wisdom, understanding to judge that person because you're older, in my opinion, in which respect for people who come from wisdom, then you shouldn't be doing that, for one. But I really feel like you're gonna start taking on those aspects of other people. Yeah. If they're negative, you're gonna feel negative. If they're positive, you're gonna feel positive. Mm-hmm. If they lift you up, you'll lift them up, and you'll feel good. So it's that idea of who you hang around, you're gonna become like them. I think there's either a scripture or something that I'm trying to think of as why. It's just not coming to me because I'm sleepy. So yeah, I just encourage everybody that if you feel like you don't have anyone to reach out to us, reach out to somebody in your community. Don't feel like that your anxiety has to overwhelm you. Don't feel like there's not a way out. I think that's another aspect of anxiety and stress, is that there's no way out of it. I also know some people that are moving into CBD oils that actually is helping their anxiety and their stress. It actually helps calm their nerves and brings their focus in. I know we also use essential oils. That has helped us and helps me. When I feel it, I immediately go get specific oils and I breathe them. I put them on. And so, yeah, just, don't feel discouraged. Always reach out. Don't quit and just try to go inward and be on your own. That was a big hurdle that we had to overcome, and you can overcome it. It's allowed us to grow exponentially in our relationship with one another, with our children, with our friends, and even with our careers. Like, you're now teaching, having your dream job at the moment where you want to be. Even though there's other things you want to do, you're super happy with your job.
Yeah.
You're making a curriculum for an entire other class. You're trying to build a whole entire art department for the high school you're in. And it's awesome because she keeps getting emails from parents about what a difference she's made in their student's life. And I just think it's amazing. And so because we've overcome that anxiety, because we've kept pursuing forward in our relationship and our walk with God, and all of those things, we've been able to actually feel better, be happier, and not be bombarded or bound by anxiety. So I just want to encourage you guys to do that, and that if you want to join us or know more about us, look us up on Instagram. You can look us up under the DeRosiers. For my Instagram, which is kind of the channel's Instagram, or hers underneath Paul Renee Art, or underneath Dear DeRosier, like the letter DEAR, not
Like you're writing a letter, Dear DeRosier. Well, it's spelled. No, it's not
No,
spelled.
it's not. It's spelled like a letter.
I'm a teacher.
And then another way is if you want to message us and reach out for any questions, or we have a great coach that we definitely would recommend. We have a lot of books that we've read that have helped us.
Yes.
Whether it's Rachel Hollis or some other books that I've read of people. Another one. So definitely reach out. Try to find people that you want to connect with, and we hope to see more of your comments, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing more of our videos. So have a great week or great weekend whenever you watch this, and we hope to talk to you guys again.
Bye.
See ya.